make it super biased.
I guess that means I have to take Nate's side then, doesn't it?
uh,
We're off to a great start. Iron Hands is facing the wrong direction.
oh, I love that. I love it when Pokemon face the wrong direction. I had that happen a lot with Boltund last season. Don't know why. Alright, let me do my announcer voice. Hold on.
Oh boy.
Well, folks, we've got an exciting season coming, battle coming out here this season. We have DSkinner versus DahGuyNate. DahGuyNate being Season 16 last season's champion, now equipped with Volcanion, also known as DSkinner's worst enemy. Volcanion last season stealing the KO leader record from DSkinner, now belonging to last season's champion against Skinner. Now, Skinner previously held the most KOs record with Celesteela, who he has again this season. So we can expect to see some fierce competition, maybe some stalling to try to get some more KOs on each of these Pokemon. But I feel like these are some tough competition to be trying to use strategies like that. Let's see. We have good bit of electric Pokemon. We've got a Lightning Rod, Redirector, and Rhydon. All sorts of things. I definitely expect Volcanion to show as someone who used him literally every single game.
We've definitely got an exciting game coming up here. Good Pokemon on both sides, good trainers on both sides. Anybody's game. Anything could happen.
You got Aerodactyl, which is just so shockingly fast. 130 base speed. The only thing faster, I think, is Electrode, who Skinner has. Not the only thing faster, but one of the few things that are faster.
Probably the only thing in this game that's going to be faster. Without a Scarf.
We don't have any Pokemon that can set Electric Terrain for Iron Hands, aside from Iron Hands himself. But he may also not need it. Being an electric fighting type, it's such a really good type combination in general. And also the booster energy helps enough.
Alright, well, let's see what happens. Get this show on the road.
Let's switch here. Kind of expecting, just as a wild prediction, I don't know, Volcanion, Aerodactyl as the lead. Not just because they're the first two in line, but...
I mean, that'd be a pretty solid lead. Give yourself a way to set Tailwind.
Mm-hmm. But if he's going for the Trick Room, he could send out Dusclops, and... Which is... Oh, there it is. Dusclops and Iron Hands was my second guess.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's going with the Trick Room lead this time. Which makes sense,
because
he's got two pretty quick Pokemon on the opposite side.
Right, and we've got a frisk going on here. We see that Angry Eyes has the Covert Cloak, so there's no sense in trying to fake out that thing. And Pooh Bear has the Life Orb, so no Choice Scarf this time. Not that he would need it in front of these two.
Yeah, with
definitely
that
seeing a fake outcome here.
Really, really hard.
It's going to hit so hard. If it gets a chance to hit. But I foresee a fake out coming here, especially... Yeah, he protected to make sure. Taunted the Dusclops. No Mental Herb.
Just straight up deleted that Electrode, though.
Deleted it. It's gone. Gone from the game.
That thing's not even coming back next game. It's just gone. Removed from his team. It's a free agent. You can pick it up now.
He just has 7 from now on. Not even a free agent. You can't pick it up anymore.
I think regular Electrode's still out there, though.
Regular Electrode. Just did so much damage that regular Electro, the Descendant, is taking damage. Let's see here. We got Celesteela out here, which, I mean, would have been a good option if he had managed to get Trick Room up. It would have been a pretty good Pokemon to have, although it is not as slow as Iron Hands. So we're seeing a Meteor Beam go off here. That did nothing. Which admittedly it did resist.
Switch, pretty solid.
Both guys apparently didn't get much done this turn. But that special attack boost is going to be important. The one on Celesteela, not...
Yeah, the Rhydon one, not so much.
Not the Rhydon. Oh, the Rhydon's not so much. There's not a lot of Lightning Rod Pokemon that actually benefit from the special attack boost.
I mean, he could be running, like, Surf Rhydon. Rhydon does get lots of special moves.
He does. I would be caught off guard by that for sure. With what's its base special attack? I'm curious now.
I think it's like 45 maybe.
Yeah. Big numbers here. Got the Protect out. That's a move I'm not too familiar with. Breaking Swipe to lower the attack stat.
Pretty solid.
Oh, but now the Dusclops taunt is ended. And
But does he want to put up Trick Room in front of these two Pokemon?
That's true. He still has 40 base speed, so he's slower than, not Dusclops, but he is slower than Iron Hands. The Rhyhorn is, that is. Rhydon. Rhyhorn's the one you get when you're really desperate for a Lightning Rod. See here, we haven't seen Celesteela use any big attacking moves aside from Meteor Beam. It already used its item. We can pretty much assume Rhydon is running EVO Light.
You can almost guarantee it.
Same as Dusclops for sure. Ground Terra, interesting. I was waiting to see what kind of Terra we would get, and we got the special attack boost, and he got the flinch on the Trick Room. That's going to be a really big flinch for the course of this game. Now that Celesteela has set up. There it is. There's Volcanion. I was wondering when it would show. Now Terra Ground.
Not Trick Room up that turn probably helps because both of these Pokemon are slower than Volcanion, and both of them are weak to Volcanion now.
That's true. Maybe he was going for something else other than Trick Room. However, if he's running minimum speed Volcanion, and Celesteela is not minimum speed, could definitely see, the ally switch. That Terra Blast definitely would have killed Volcanion, but, okay, so he aims for the Rhydon.
But we do see that
that may have been a bad misplay.
We do see that the Celesteela is faster than the Volcanion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this turn's going to be difficult.
So now it's Mimikyu's turn to try and put Trick Room up.
And there comes the Surging Strikes. Doesn't quite kill. And then the Ground Terra Blast. There comes the Mimikyu Trick Room. So now... Okay. Ooh. This is going to be hard.
This is looking a little spooky for DSkinner.
Celesteela does run Protect. I could definitely see it happening this turn. But I don't see...
to hit this Volcanion.
Yeah. And that was a pretty clutch move using Protect in front of Urshifu. Although it's not like Urshifu can
I don't think he was worried
right
about the Urshifu since Water Absorb pretty much invalidates this Urshifu.
Right. From Volcanion. Bold to run a Trick Room set with a Celesteela on your opponent's team. Here goes the Mimikyu. We get a Steam Eruption that definitely kills. No Protect here. Ooh, Electric Terra Volcanion. That's a really good Terra type. I mean, I wish I had gotten a chance to play with Volcanion using Terastallization. It's very good in Dynamax, but Terastallization is just something else. Alright, so that was a win for DahGuyNate. Moving on to Game 2. What do we expect to see as far as a change in strategy?
I mean, things worked out pretty well for Nate in that situation, in that game. I don't know if there's much that he changes.
Right, now that Skinner knows he's going for
Trick Room other than Dusclops.
And we've seen most of the items. We still haven't seen Volcanion's item. That can always be a big difference. I would expect Assault Vest as someone who used it a lot. But it's not exactly something you can depend on. But yeah.
We might not see Urshifu come back on Skinner's side since it didn't seem to do much.
Right, it didn't really accomplish much this game. I could see Xurkitree, but he knows about the Terra Electric on Volcanion now, so that might not be as powerful. The Terra Ground on Celesteela has to show back up again, I feel. Because that's the best counter to a Terra Electric Volcania that he has access to right now. In fact, Nate might have been better off not showing his Terra type at the end of that game there, since it wasn't super necessary. Okay, now we see the Balloon Static Shock, and we see Aerodactyl this time, so maybe he's going for a...
for you, though. You never know if this is going to be a Tailwind or a Trick Room setup here.
Exactly, that's the key here.
Trick Room
Electrode's faster than both of them and has Taunt, but which one do you want to hit? With Taunt is the question. Or maybe Nate's going for something crazy and hitting both Tailwind and Trick Room. That way he just gets whatever after Electrode taunts. So then the play is to not taunt. Dual Wing Beat. Oh, we got the Static Paralysis. And the Discharge. He crit his own Electrode. That's unfortunate.
And he didn't even kill.
And there comes the Trick Room.
What a disappointing Xurkitree.
Well, we had a berry there, the Waken Berry on the Aerodactyl to prevent that. So he must have expected that coming.
Hell, the paralysis
That's really kind of shocking, though. This must be...
Because now Aerodactyl's slower than Xurkitree.
This must be either Max Badef Mimikyu or Min Spatek. Static Shock here as Xurkitree, because Xurkitree's base special attack is enormous. I feel like that should have done more even through the Waken Berry. And especially to Mimikyu, who didn't have anything to protect it.
Well, it was unboosted and it was a spread move, so...
True.
But still, Xurkitree has base 170 something special attack.
Not to mention the static paralysis on Aerodactyl. Oh, there it goes. I was about to say it was good for him, but maybe not. And now he gets a double beast boost from his own ally. Maybe that crit did help.
Sometimes sacrifices have to be made.
But with that double special attack, let's see. What kind of speed are we talking here? If he's running minimum speed, that's 79 speed. Who moved faster there? Well, Mimikyu Shadow Sneak, so. Yeah, the Iron Hands here is going to be a problem.
We do see the return of Pooh Bear.
Yeah, I'm wondering what it plans to do here. Maybe it's also Terra Ground and can ignore a hit from Iron Hands. Terra Ground would also be good with the discharge strategy he's got going on. So potentially both could be, since Ground seems to be really good into Nate's team. But Volcanion is also scary in that scenario. You're fighting. That's an offensive Terra. Aqua Jet. Rain Punch into Static Shock. So here comes Volcanion and Celesteela.
This is
The
still
question
a pretty
is-
spooky position for DSkinner, though.
Exactly, you're right, with that double stab fighting coming out from Iron Hands first, followed by Volcanion. Not sure if you want to Terrastalize here or not.
He certainly doesn't want to be on the receiving end of either of these two Pokemon.
Exactly.
With Trick Room, he doesn't have much choice.
Well, there's the Protect. Thunder Punch comes out. Heat Wave.
Must have been calling
He
the
didn't-
Terra.
Yeah. Do you think he goes for Double Protect here? That might be his best shot.
Try and wait out that last turn of Trick Room.
Got a 50-50 chance of working. He doesn't go for Double Protect. The Drain Punch does so much. Yikes. I think I would have had to Double Protect there. Just as a small hope of winning.
Yeah, knowing that both of these heavy hitters are going to go before you.
Mm-hmm. Really close games, though. Good games from both of our opponents here. What do you know? Volcanion is still a monster, even without Dynamax.
For sure.
And Iron Hands showing up to do some real damage, too. I didn't think about how strong that Pokemon would be in Trick Room. But you've got two of the best Trick Room setters on your team, so I mean...
We'll see if we can get either of these two in here for an interview.
Let's see here.
Hello?
Hey.
I'm Nathan, not Rami. Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering. Alright.
Hey.
Hey.
So, first question for Skinner. What were your thoughts going up against the top KO leader of all time, Volcanion, in this match?
Actually, it wasn't even one of my biggest fears. So.
But say Iron Hands really turned out to be the threat here.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be a problem. But yeah. I was pretty sure Mimikyu had Mental Herb. Otherwise, I would have taunted it.
You were
Game
correct.
two. I was like 95% sure it was Mental Herb, and I was like, well, that's a waste. And then I thought, well, maybe I can pop the Disguise and Discharge will do just enough or something. But once
the like taunt thing, like I was actually trying to like bait you into taunting it. I wasn't like sure if you knew.
I was like, when you led it next to Arrow, I was like, I'm pretty sure that thing's mental herb, especially when you led Dusclops game 1, and then I knew you didn't bring it game 2 after you led Arrow and Mimikyu. I was like, yeah, I knew.
Yeah.
Once you knew I had taunt, you were like, yeah, let's just lead my mental herb. And
I guess I didn't even think about it that way, but yeah, that does make sense.
What were your special attack EVs on Xurkitree? Because I just for some reason expected it to do more damage than it did.
it was max and it was modest.
Oh man,
I had just enough speed to outspeed Iron Hands.
I want to talk about that real quick. You got so fucking lucky on that.
The para.
Yeah.
You're gonna EQ.
I was gonna EQ, dude. I was
Yeah.
like, do I just kill my shit and like I popped that balloon? I'm gonna take care of this. Like this is gonna be sick. And then that sucked.
Yeah, I figured you were going for EQ. That's why I was like, man, that para was very unfortunate because I was like, okay, Mimikyu's fast and he might be min speed, so he'll probably move, and then Zerk will go, and Zerk is gonna murder everything and go +3. Except for Mimikyu lived, and I was like, oh shit.
that's a roller coaster of emotions.
So I was pretty sure that like Xurkitree was just going to come just because of Volcanion and Aerodactyl being such a threat. So initially I was like, oh, I'm going to like Terra Ground. But then I start doing some calcs, and I'm like, oh shit, your Shifu, Terra Water, Aqua Jet, Okos, Aerodactyl. Like that sucks. So then I changed it to flying, and I never had the chance to use it. But yeah, that was a big change that I had like before the match.
Okay. Yeah, Urshifu was Terra Water, and if I had Terra'd Water, I would have killed Mimikyu. And I had Rain Dance on Electrode.
Oh shit.
Plus Terra Water kills Iron Hands. Like,
Oh man.
yeah, it's a not even a close roll. It just straight up deletes Iron Hands. And I was so close game 1 to hitting it, but I was pretty sure you had Fake Out, and I was like, damn, he's just gonna Fake Out Urshifu, and then I'm gonna be stuck here twiddling my thumbs. But
Especially after that frisk. And
That was so big. Yeah, seeing the cloak. I'm like, okay, well, we're not gonna Fake Out. And then I'm like, I'm looking at your Shifu, and I'm like, I don't really think it's gonna kill anything. So like, I'm gonna wait till next turn. And then you protect it, and I'm like, oh, this is fucking sick.
Yeah, I was just assuming you would just Fake it out, just to not take a bunch of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the taunt off, and then I brought Celesteela in, and I was like, well, he's probably going to go for an electric move, so I'll just pop Rhydon in. But Rhydon just didn't have any offense to put any pressure on anything.
If I didn't have the booster energy, that breaking swipe, which is a really cool move, and I wish more like better Mon got it. But I liked that.
Yeah, that was like my only way to slow down Iron Hands. And then I had, the Lightning Rod too, but then the Terra Ground on the Celesteela was so I could spam Discharge next to it with Zerk.
Oh, yeah.
And
Celesteela didn't concern me as much as your Shifu, but like Halucha, I was very surprised that didn't make an appearance.
Yeah. He's really, I don't know. With Iron Hands there, I didn't think he would do well. And then Aerodactyl outspeeds, and with a dual wing beat, it kills.
That was the plan.
Yeah, so I was just like, well, this is kind of bad.
Yeah, so that's where I was like super concerned about the Aqua Jet, was that matchup. Like,
yeah.
Halucha, yeah.
I was so close to leading Urshifu that next game, just because I was like, well, but I wanted to change it up just to see if I could catch you.
Yeah,
it didn't work out for me, but I did. I was really curious what you were going to Terra the Volcanion, because I was like 95% sure it was going to Terra to something, and I was thinking you were going to go Grass because that really smacked Urshifu pretty good, and it resisted Zerk, and I thought about Ground, but then Zerk gets Energy Ball, and I was like, well, he probably wouldn't want to do that. So, but Electric was interesting.
I didn't even think about doing grass. Like that just didn't cross my mind because like Celestial like quad resist. So I don't know. I was a little concerned about that. And then like if you had air slash, that would suck. Ground like was the initial thing. Like I had already typed it in and everything. And then like later this week, I was like, electric. Like I don't get Thunderbolt or Thunder or anything. Like electric would be a cool way for me to get a really nice move into your Shifu to take it out because water and fire your Shifu resist. So
Right. Well, and that's kind of why
Thunder Fang is the only.
Oh, yeah?
He has. I think he has. He doesn't even have Wild Charge. I don't think.
no,
I have
he's
quite a
only
few
got-
physical attackers, so I don't need another one.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking you might do electric, but I was pretty sure you'd go grass. So electric was a nice move. I was glad I got to see it at the end of game 1 because I was about to close combat. Yeah, I thought about trying to just detect stall, but it was like 3 turns, and I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna
Yeah.
get 3 in a row here." And I didn't think a close combat would kill. So yeah, Trick Room was just the problem for me. I thought about Slowbro in prison, but you had lots of you had a lot of fake out, and I was just like, well, then I got to cloak that, and then you could just straight up just maybe murder it with Earth Power or something from Volcanion, and I was like, oh, yeah, I don't know. I was leaning a lot on Electrode with Taunt.
Yeah, I was surprised by Electrode and Volcarona. Or Volcarona, yeah. Whatever.
Well, yeah, Volcarona was strictly for Terra Grass Volcanion.
Okay.
As soon as I saw it was Terra Electric, I was like, well, I'm not bringing you anymore. It also had Psychic for Iron Hands, but yeah, it didn't do enough damage. Zerk was Terra Fairy with Dazzling Gleam, by the way.
Ooh, that'd be nice. I don't know why you would give that away in this.
Well, I don't know. I just talking to you, I guess.
Yeah, other people are listening.
That's all right. They can know. I mean, he does a lot of damage with it.
Yeah, he does.
But
I was also super concerned about Zerk Tree's scarf, so it was interesting seeing the balloon on there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you meant to do it or what, but like when you like meme posted earlier in the week about like your Shifu build, Carlos messaged me. He goes, "Well, at least we see a life orb." And like I had already looked at the image, and I go back and I'm like, I can see the Terra and I can see the item, and then like I'm like building around that, and then like a little bit later, I think I messaged Terry, and I'm like, is Daniel just fucking with me? Like, is he like doing that? He's gonna do something completely different, and then like, yeah, I was just in like you sent me down shambles.
Yeah,
by that.
I was trying to all week, just taunting you and messaging you. I changed Urshifu about 3 or 4 times. At one point, I think I had Mystic Water on it, and then I banded it, and yeah, I didn't scarf anything because I actually had Scary Face on Electrode.
Ooh,
and I was just gonna.
I was pretty convinced that you weren't gonna scarf or band your Shifu just because Volcanion.
Yeah. So yeah, yeah. I was really worried about a swap in, and that I probably made my Urshifu lead a little more timid just because I knew if you swapped in, I was just gonna waste a move. But.
Well, I need to get going, boys. I'm at a Christmas party right now.
All right.
All right. Good games, man.
Hey, man. Yep.
Great
See you guys.
games. Good to see, but my son is still doing well. Volcanion.
Better than the last time I fought him.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Last time we fought, what was it? I was like, I need to get some electric coverage, but we didn't have Terra as an option then.
Yeah.
So it was just like Wild or Thunder Fang or something.
Yep.
Physical Volcanion. I think that was the one time I ran Physical Volcanion just so I could have electric coverage.
Yeah, I was pretty sure you were going to do it too.
Anyway, great match. Helios having a rough time, or at least
That's
today. I
all
don't know.
That's
good,
all right.
though.
We'll bounce back.
We'll bounce back. Yeah, at least you have one A game. But
Yeah, that's true. I've won one.
against Kokosho for sure. What are we supposed to do for the end of the recording?
I can just turn it off whenever. I don't care.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.